Nebuchadnezzar II was the second and greatest king of the Chaldean dynasty of Babylonia. He was born probably in 630 BC. He was known for his military might, the splendor of his capital Babylon, and his important part in Jewish history. Nebuchadnezzar II was the eldest son and successor of Nabopolassar, founder of the Chaldean Empire. He is known from cuneiform inscription, the Bible, and later Jewish sources and classical authors. While his father disclaimed royal descent, Nebuchadnezzar claimed the third millennium Akkadian ruler Naram Sin as ancestor. The year of his born is uncertain, but it is not likely to have been before 630 BC, for according to tradition, Nebuchadnezzar began his military career as a young man, appearing as a military administrator by 610. He is first mentioned by his father as working as a laborer in the restoration in 607 to 606. As crown prince, Nebuchadnezzar commanded an army with his father in the mountains north of Assyria, subsequently leading independent operation after Nabopolassar returned to Babylon after a Babylonian reverse at the hand of Egypt. In 606 to 605, he served as commander-in-chief in his father's place, and by brilliant generalship shattered the Egyptian army at Hamath, thereby securing control of all Syria. After his father's death on August 16, 605 BC, Nebuchadnezzar returned to Babylon and ascended the throne within 3 weeks. This rapid consolidation of his accession and the fact that he could return to Syria shortly afterward reflected his shortening grip on the empire. On expedition in Syria and Palestine from June to December of 604 BC, Nebuchadnezzar received the submission of local states including Judah and captured the city of Ashkelon with Greek mercenaries in his army. Further campaign to extend Babylonian control in Palestine followed in the 3 succeeding years. On the last occasion, 601 to 600 BC, Nebuchadnezzar clashed with an Egyptian army with heavy loss. This reverse was followed by the defection of certain vassal states, Judah among them. This brought an intermission in the series of annual campaign in 600 BC to 599 BC, while Nebuchadnezzar remained in Babylonia repairing his losses of chariots. At the end of 599 BC, December to March, Nebuchadnezzar's strategic planning appeared in his attack on the Arab tribes of northwestern Arabia in preparation for the occupation of Judah. He attacked Judah a year later and captured Jerusalem on March 16, 597 BC. Deporting king after a further brief Syrian campaign in 596 to 595, Nebuchadnezzar had to act in eastern Babylonia to repel threatened invasion. Probably Nebuchadnezzar's further military activities are known not from extant chronicle but from other sources, particularly the Bible, which records another attack on Jerusalem and a siege of Tyre lasting 13 years according to the Jewish historian Flavius Joseph, and hints at an invasion of Egypt. The siege of Jerusalem ended in its capture in 587 to 586 BC and in the deportation of prominent citizens, with a further deportation in 582 BC. In this respect, he followed the method of his Assyrian predecessors. Much influenced by the Assyrian imperial tradition, Nebuchadnezzar consciously pursued a policy of expansion, claiming the grant of universal kingship by Marduk and praying to have no opponent from horizon to sky. From cuneiform fragments, he is known to have attempted the invasion of Egypt, the culmination of his expansionist policy in 568 to 567 BC. In addition to being a brilliant tactician and strategist, Nebuchadnezzar was prominent. Little known of his family life beyond the tradition that he married a Median princess whose yearning for her native terrains he sought to ease by creating gardens simulating hills. A structure representing this hanging garden cannot be positively identified